We were chained but not broken. We were renamed but not erased. We were scattered but we rose. We are the ocean's memory, the soil's echo, the drum's heartbeat, and we are home wherever we stand. Long before ships and shackles, in the green heart of West Africa, there lived a girl named Abena. She was born into the Ghanaian Akan people, vibrant, rhythmic, and rich with tradition. Her village thrived by the river banks, where women braided stories into each other's hair and men danced their victories into the earth. Abena was a weaver, not just of cloth, but of tales and truth. Her hands spoke the language of ancestors, and her eyes sparkled with the wisdom of old women and the fire of young dreams. But peace is not always protected. One humid night, under a moon smudged with cloud, everything changed. Foreign men, some African, some European, came with chains instead of greetings, with guns instead of drums. Her people were betrayed by local warlords who had traded lives for power, for ram, for muskets. Abena and dozens of others were taken, stripped of their names, their gods, their language, but not their spirit. The ship was called the Providence, but there was no mercy aboard her. Men and women lay chained in rows, bodies pressed like books on a shelf, sweating stories into each other's skin. Mothers hummed lullabies with no language, only grief. Some jumped, some died, some lived only in pieces. A vast, endless ocean beneath a twilight sky, with stars hidden behind sorrowful clouds. In the center, a large wooden ship floats in silence, not sailing, but suspended between sky and sea, like a memory refusing to sink. The ship's name, the Providence, its name glowing faintly on the hull, cracked and worn. Along the sides of the ship, ghostly silhouettes are etched into the wood. Hundreds of human forms intertwined like vines, pressed together like ancient text written in skin. A soft glowing mist rises from the deck, and from within it, shadowy figures of women appear, their mouth open in silent song. No words, only waves shaped like lullabies. In the water below, golden threads drift downward like lost stories, sinking slowly. The sea itself seems to remember, holding echoes of voices in its gentle ripples. The mood is haunting, reverent, and heavy with unspoken grief, a tribute to all that was carried and all that was lost. Abena closed her eyes and whispered the names of the river, of her mother, of the wind. She refused to forget, even as they crossed the ocean's cruel mouth. When they arrived on the coast of the Carolinas, she was sold. She was renamed Sarah, but inside, she was still Abena. She carried the rhythm of her homeland in her spine. Sarah bore children who would never see Africa, but in their skin, their cheekbones, their songs, Africa lived. Her great-grandson, Josiah, born in 1890, picked cotton and pen in Mississippi. But he also learned to read, to write, to dream. During the Harlem Renaissance, he wrote poetry that echoed drums he never heard. His granddaughter, Maya, marched in Selma. She wore her great-grandmother's Akan pendant on a chain and spoke of the roots we carry even when they try to bend the tree. She taught her son, Andrel, who taught his daughter, Zola, born in Brooklyn, raised in both hip-hop and Sankofa. Zola wears Ankara with Jordans. She quotes in Python but prays in Proverbs. She listens to Burna Boy, Nina Simone, and her grandmother's memories. She's never been to Ghana, but Ghana breathes in her. In the way she cooks jollof rice with collard greens, in the way she braids resistance into beauty, in the way she builds the future while carrying the past. In 2025, Zola finally visits Africa. She stands by the door of no return in Ghana. The wind brushes her face like an old mother recognizing her child. She runs her fingers over the stone, the sea roaring behind her like a long-lost relative, and she whispers, "We returned. We survived. We remember." The slave trade tore people from their land, but not from their essence. From royalty to bondage, to revolution to renaissance. The story of the Black American is not just one of pain, but one of power reimagined. They were never just slaves. They were stolen kings, queens, thinkers, drummers, builders, reborn in fire, rising like smoke into stars. We were chained, but not broken. We were renamed, but not erased. We were scattered, but we rose. We are the ocean's memory, the soil's echo, the drum's heartbeat, and we are home wherever we stand.